Figures inbound, son. Yes, sir. So I snagged these up. The first day of my trip, I noticed someone posted on Facebook that Winter Soldier was only $9 on Amazon. So I missed that because I was driving, but I checked out Amazon and I actually found Black Widow was up for 22, and there were 5 left, and I had to sign in. By the time I was done signing in, she was all gone. So whatever on that front. But I then ended up getting these guys for 20 a piece, and I get free shipping because of Amazon Prime. So yeah, pretty stoked about this. Got the movie Winter Soldier, movie Cap, and that Zemo. So all I need left to complete the Mandroid is the Widow piece. But I don't really care too much about the Mandroid, but I like all the figures, so actually kind of pretty stoked for this guy. Really stoked for him, actually. Then stoked on Zemo as well. So, about to crack these bad boys open. So these figures both turned out really, really nice. I like them a lot. The Cap, well, let me start with the Winter Soldier. The only problem I really have with him is that you can't really get his arms straight down. Unlike Cap. Cap has no problem with that. But otherwise, I don't really have too many problems with them. I mean, a couple of buckles and stuff could have been painted. I hate it's covered up by this cutout here, but he's got the little knife on the back of his, on the back of his belt, but you can't remove it. That's kind of a pain. Then he comes with that dumb weapon that repainted the Hydra sniper, which was dumb enough for the Hydra guys. So it worked even worse for him. But yeah, Winter Soldier, definitely a good pickup for me, at least. I feel like he's a good pickup for a lot of people. You could pull off some comic shots without modifications. I did the whole 2-pack Winter Soldier modification onto this guy, like the vest thing, and I don't like it all that much, so I took it off. I like the figure though; he's pretty nice. And then the Cap is really nice as well. He's got the alt hands. You can see I'm using one of them here. The saluting hand, but he's also got that pointing hand. Neither of the alt hands are really all that good to me. I wish instead for the left hand maybe he had like an open hand, just so he could grab the end of the shield. Not so he could like grab the shield itself, but the strap on the inside. That would have been nice. But yeah, both really nice figures. I like the alt head on Cap a lot. I mean, it doesn't look like Chris Evans, but I think it's a really good Steve Rogers head. And then the alt head on Winter Soldier, not so much. The eyeshadow, it looks corny, and he's got no emotion on the face. Whatever, I like the masked version. But yeah, it's just a simple shot right here too. So pretty shitty set of events happened yesterday. I sprained my ankle pretty bad, so that's why I'm kind of icing. It's getting better, but still having trouble walking on it. So, not sure how I'm going to do too much footage work today. Not to mention, I had an entire episode planned out. Or, well, not even planned out, I had it already on iMovie on my phone, getting ready to upload it. And it was a little bit long, so I had to save it to my phone so I could then export it onto my computer and upload it through there. So in order to save it to my phone, like into like the camera like section, I delete some pictures and stuff and like make room. So I deleted all the video footage because why would I need it? I've got it saved now in iMovie. Then I go back into iMovie and it says you're now missing the video footage. So I got all pissed about that. So that's messed up. So now this episode, it's going to be the return. This is going to be episode 49. It wasn't going to be episode 50, but this will now be episode 49. But yeah, I'll see what I can do now, footage-wise. So I finally went ahead and did a temporary fix on this Carnage. Which, speaking of, I don't think you guys didn't even see the video footage of it, but for my birthday, I had gotten the entire Spider-Man Legends Infinite series wave. And this Carnage out of the package, this hand was broken, like it just snapped off the peg. So I got this really small screw. This is a while ago. This is back in January. So I got this really small screw, and I fixed it. It's not totally, as you saw, it's not totally flush, and it's not really that great of a fix. Like his up and down motion on the wrist is can't be used at all. But it's a nice little just something so I could use this guy. I'd only gotten him in like 1 or 2 shots, and they didn't really turn out all that good. But yeah, this is a pretty solid figure. So I just got back from seeing Captain America 2, and what a movie. Honestly, this movie is, I believe, better than The Avengers. And The Avengers is amazing. The Avengers, to me, was the greatest comic book movie of all time. Dark Knight's amazing, but The Avengers took it for me. It was a lot of fun. And just to see everyone together, you know. But, whew, this movie was awesome. If you guys haven't seen this movie, you guys are missing out. Which also, there might maybe a little bit of a spoiler. Some spoilery going on in this pic. Well, not really pic, but in this video. But yeah, these are just some of the cast members, well, the main cast members of the story, and then a few smaller members. But right here we got my comic version of the movie Cap costume, because that costume is based off of his run as like Steve Rogers, Commander of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then I just popped on the Marvel Now head. So yeah, and then I got, you know, Winter Soldier, aka Bucky. If you guys didn't know that, then really, I don't know what you're doing into Marvel anyway. You got Nick Fury. He's got an arm sling on. Makes sense if you see the movie. Black Widow. That figure still did not turn out great. The body, like, the whole figure's awesome other than the head. And we got Falcon, who was awesome in the movie. I liked Falcon a lot. I really loved the chemistry between Widow and Cap, and then the chemistry between Cap and Falcon they were all awesome. I loved them both. We got Crossbones in the back. If you guys didn't know that, the leader of the attack squad or something like that, I can't remember what they called it, but the guy who was with Cap in the beginning, and then he ended up being in other scenes with him and whatnot. That was Crossbones. Wait, what am I doing? I'm talking spoilers now, okay? So here are the spoilers. We got Crossbones, you know. He was the bad guy, obviously. And then at the end of the movie, they showed he survived. They picked up that charred body, and you saw the cross straps across his chest, which obviously was showing that he was Crossbones and whatnot. We got Arnim Zola in the back. He showed up in the movie closer to this form. He showed up on a computer screen. And he had a little camera on top. He is seemingly dead, though, from the movie now. So who knows if they're going to continue with him in the movie verse. Then in the back we got Baron Strucker from the after credit scene. Fun fact, the after credit scene with Baron Strucker was actually directed by Joss Whedon as well, because it leads into Avengers 2, because we had Quicksilver there, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Scarlet Witch being played by which Olsen is it? I can never remember her name, but one of the Olsen sisters. Brie Olsen, I think. But yeah, they look awesome. That after credit scene was really good. I loved it a lot. Showed they had the scepter, Loki's scepter, and then also they have the quote-unquote the twins, as they were being called by Strucker. So yeah, that was awesome. So here we go with that Carnage in action. This is actually a very similar shot to a shot that I took when I first got this wave. Carnage was in almost the exact same pose. I had the left hand on with some wax. Actually, the majority of the good shots that I had taken, I had forgotten to put the hand on, or maybe it fell off. I can't really remember. But and then I was using the movie Spidey. But this is my favorite Spidey that I have, the Sinister Six Spidey. I like it better than my McFarlane, because my McFarlane was the Hasbro one, and then I had to repaint it because it looked terrible, and my repaint turned out terrible. Eventually I plan on having that repainted by someone who's actually good, so that it's actually good, you know. But yeah, this Carnage turned out real nice. Sorry if I sound kind of underwhelmed. Uh, I'm a little tired at the moment. Was working, you know. Side note, why is no one ever just whelmed? Gold star, if you know the reference that is from. But yeah, this Carnage turned out real nice. At first, I was really skeptical about it because I thought, oh great, just another figure on the Bucky Cat mold. This is Hasbro's favorite mold right now. Like every character that's not big is on this mold. Like I think this mold is really good, but at the same time, while I do love the Hydra figures, maybe a little bit too muscular for them compared to the fact, like when you consider the fact that, yeah, characters like Bucky, who's like Bucky Cab, you know, then you got like, well, I don't have any more off the top of my head, but you get the idea. Like it doesn't really make sense that they're as physically fit as like these superhero characters, but whatever. Turned out really nice on this Carnage, the way they got the tendrils and stuff to come off of him. And then right here I've got the back tendril just on upside down because when you bring his head up, it actually goes into the tentacles quite often if you just have it on the correct way. But I guess it doesn't right now. Now it's messing with this balance actually. There we go. But at the same time, I don't really like that as much. I liked it how I had it initially because you saw some tendrils coming down back there. But I'm not gonna bother to mess with it right now. But yeah, again, this figure turned out really nice. If you guys are not checking out a guy by the name of, oh god, I'm trying to think of what his YouTube name is. I feel pretty bad, but Brandosaurus Rex up on Facebook. If you guys aren't checking him out, you're missing out. But he has a really nice picture. It's more so showcasing the Toxin figure, but that Toxin figure, if you guys didn't know, comes with the same tendril that's on this dude's back, this Carnage, and he's using this Carnage in the shot, and he's kind of gotten the Toxin dude, the Toxin figure, like taking over some Hydra agents, and they're like all transforming. And he uses this figure. It's a really nice shot. I like it a lot. But yeah, me and him have been chopping it up a lot lately. Real cool dude. But yeah. I think this shot turned out pretty solid. I was actually thinking about doing this shot for 3 or 4 days. I had the pose for Winter Soldier, just like he was all posed out how he is now. I actually had to mod his ankle a little bit so that he could move it forward, or up, I guess. But I had that pose out, and I thought it looked nice, and I knew I wanted to be stabbing someone. It wasn't initially in the neck. It was initially going to be some sort of a sweep with this leg, sort of, and have them like kind of falling into the knife almost. But it just kind of evolved because I couldn't really get the posing to look natural that way anyway. So yeah, this concept just kind of started with that, and it kind of turned into this thought of like a revenge plot type deal going on, where he's getting back at Hydra for brainwashing him and whatnot, which I guess, like, that's not what really happened in the comics. He was brainwashed by Russia. Well, not like Russia, but he was brainwashed by Russian scientists. But, you know, the movie, he did Hydra, and I like the concept of Hydra doing it, because it kind of adds a layer to it. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog whining. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Can you stop? Please? Please? Nope. Okay. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent shot. We'll see how the pics come out. Side note, I had that little cutout all the way back there. It was actually the first cutout I put on, just because I was I like that little cutout. I've used it before, but I just kind of tossed it in there, and like it's barely even noticeable in the final shot, which is closer somewhere around here. Like you can see that something's going on like back there, but it's not really important. So yeah, not sure how I feel about that. Might take it out for pick for the page, you know. But whatever. This one's kind of like a prequel shot to what you guys just saw. My thought is like they think that he's still working with Hydra, you know, like he fought Cap, whatever. He's back with Hydra. Who cares? But so they think he's about to work with them, and then of course he turns on him and gets his murder on. But yeah, this shot took way longer than it probably should have. I kept on trying to get more Hydra soldiers in there. I couldn't really do it to get it to look natural. And then, not to mention, I wanted it to not be this head. I wanted to use the alt head, which is not that good. I don't like it. But I've been looking for a chance to use it somehow, just you know, cause. And I was gonna use the movie Masters Ra's al Ghul mask piece, the gas mask from Batman Begins. I was gonna have that somehow be incorporated, but I couldn't really figure out a way to get it to look good and natural, so I just kind of scrapped that. I think that alt head would be a lot better if they just kind of got rid of the eyeshadow. They gave him the 5 o'clock shadow that he's got in the movie, and the eye paint on there is like really, really white, and it just kind of throws you off. So yeah, I don't know. But I like this shot. I think it looks decent, although it's hard to get the right focusing. Because like, I want Winter Soldier to be in focus, but then like the cutout's not in focus. What am I doing? It's not letting me pull focus right now. That's weird. Well, whatever. Little B-side action for your ass. This cutout is still not. There we go. Perfect right there. I like this because then it doesn't. You don't need the focus to be on Winter Soldier. So all that's important is you see what he's looking at. You see the mask, and you can read the cutout. So what up?